Sorry, hang on just one second, Dick.
I'm gonna follow Stevie Wonder now. Let's see, it's pre-Valentine's Day Sunday, and it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, yes.
For the two of you that are out there on Facebook Live and YouTube, we really appreciate you. Thank you for watching this. This is our Sunday service for February 11th, 2024. Now, the prayer I have for us this morning, for opening prayer, I put it in a file about 15 years ago, and at that point in time, I knew who wrote it. So I apologize for not giving credit due, but this is the prayer that I want for this Sunday. So here we go. Dear God, you who art high in the heavens, the giver of love and passion, he who strings every heart's chord, lead the lovers this day, February 10 plus 4, the day during the month of 2, when the date is the perfect number of God. Greater souls are two souls and two hearts. Some love is fleeting, yes, but that which is built on God will never fail. So guide the lovers to know what is to be today. Your truth the lover's mouth should speak, for your truth is that which is honest to the heart. Only this, then, should pass the red lips of the lovers. It is all your art, the lovers simply a medium. It is only with true hearts that you can create your masterpiece within them. So let the lovers remember that their soul's desire is the one for which you light the fire. And let it be you who creates the art of the lovers, the art of two into one. In our love and light, amen.
Wow.
Reverend Madge.
That's beautiful.
Sounded like a Rumi thing. Didn't it sound something like what Rumi would write? That was loverly.
Or cute.
That's perfect.
You just got all the jokes today.
I'm on a roll, man. I just hope I keep it up. For those of you out there, the title of my message today is You're Grounded. Yes. So, now I'm going to get serious after that. So anyway, I've been hearing this theme lately from quite a few people. And the theme is that, and for some reason, it's been a little more concentrated this week. So it really came to my attention. And the theme is something big is coming, interestingly enough. I don't know what. I have no idea. 2 people this week have said they feel like it's going to be April. So, and I've seen some nods. There's other people feeling the same thing. So I have no idea if it's true. I have no idea if it's accurate. It's a planet of free will. There's a lot of things, a lot of personal choices that people can make to make things turn out differently. So we can have a trajectory, but you never know. But based on what I'm saying, I would not, don't hold me accountable if you run out and sell all your stocks and bonds, okay? It's not my fault. Still use very good judgment in whatever it is that you feel like is the right way to go. But if it's correct, and as I said, it could change, there's a lot of exciting things that could happen. I mean, these are exciting times we live in. It's one way of looking at it. Exciting. So anyway, it's something that I think about, and I would advise to think about for yourself, decide for yourself, feel into it. See what Spirit is telling you individually. See what's being given to you, what's being taught for you, what opportunities or lessons that are coming up. There's one person I was talking to, her and I both, we seem to have these little things that are kind of breaking down. Like I went a couple days without a furnace. It was just the thermostat, but I didn't know that. I had to call the guy in to get it fixed. And little things, they're having little things on their farm that are not going just right. And her take on it was, this is just an opportunity to get things fixed. It's an opportunity to fine-tune our world, fine-tune the world we live in, get things kind of smooth so that our lives and our households are running smoothly. And I thought, I like that. So I'm grateful I got my furnace fixed. I'm glad it broke when it was. It was just a small thing. But it was the 2 cold days, I tell you, and one very cold night. But I had plenty more blankets. I kept the house. Actually, the house stayed at 64 degrees with candles and one of those little domed things that you put candles in, it captures the heat, radiates it out. I decided I need a few more of those. One just isn't enough. So it's teaching me. I'm learning. I have no idea if this is going to be an Earth event, if it's going to be a galactic event, if it's going to be a social event or economic, who knows? Nobody seems to really know the what. And that's okay. It's probably better we don't know. So if there is something big coming, we have to have faith and confidence that Spirit is working with us, that Spirit is guiding us and teaching us, because that's what we're here on Earth for. We're here on Earth to be one with the Spirit, to be a light worker and help bring about change, to help guide whatever the things are going to be happening on this planet. If nothing happens, nothing is wasted. If everything, the next day, the next month, everything is just fine, there's no wasted opportunity in this. We're still further ahead in our evolutionary path, and we're wiser for listening with Spirit and working with Spirit. So regardless, it's a win-win. So not to go sideways in fear or think, well, that was a wasted effort. It's never wasted. So what I do know for sure right now is tensions are pretty high. All you have to do is drive down the street and think, oh my goodness, people are driving like they're crazy out there. Anger popping out in various places. Violence seems to be increasing, or at least our awareness of it seems to be increasing, making people, it's a little unnerving sometimes. So as the frequency of this new age is increasing, more and more people are becoming destabilized. People that work in the industry of where people are on the margins of stability, they're really noticing it. They're saying that people are just really losing it and kind of falling off the edge. So people are easily becoming destabilized. So this means that we must hunker down and be grounded. This is where you're grounded, and we got to be present in the present moment. We can't allow ourselves to be swept up into this chaos. We have to be the light workers we came here to be and not participate, not be a part of the chaos. But how do we keep ourselves from being off balance or being swept up in what we don't want? It's easier said than done. But we can do it by staying in the present moment. And that sounds so simple. But it's not simple. It's much harder than it seems like it should be. Being grounded means that we are fully present in the now moment, aware of what's happening around us, and conscious of ourselves in this very moment. Like, where is my body? Where am I at? What am I thinking? What is happening around me? And, even if it's a simple thing like cleaning the house, be present with it. Be in the present moment. When you're fully present in the now moment and self-aware, you're able to bring love and light from the authentic heart and from the higher self and ground it in the situation or in the environment that you're in. We need to be good at being in this state of mind, of being in the present moment, so that we stay balanced, we stay centered, we stay aligned with our soul, and we hear our higher self. We can hear the guidance and the instructions. When we're hearing our higher self, we're able to control our reactions. When we're in a reactive mode, reacting to the chaos, reacting to the environment, we can't hear it. And we fall into a defensive behavior of ego and shadow. We want to match it with like kind. But that isn't what Spirit's trying to guide us into. So there is a win-win. There is something big coming, but we're able to navigate whatever it is by being present and staying in love and light in the divine. And if it doesn't happen, we're still in love and light and being in connection with the divine. So that's where the win-win is. And if we could just be a bigger, better, stronger person, because we already are heart-centered, we've already done our work, we are already the kind of people that want to help others. Everybody in this room has a servant's heart that wants to help others. I hear that from everyone. Well, all I want to do is I just want to help other people. I just want to make the world a better place. So you're already there. So you're being an instrument of making the world a better place. And you're already making a positive difference just by being in that heart, being of that state of mind. So being in the present moment and connecting to your higher self and being well grounded is where and how all of this is going to happen. So we need to kind of be like the animals. When the tsunami was coming, they've recorded this, that when tsunamis come or earth events happen, the animals know long before the event, because they're not caught up in the chaos and the what ifs and the should haves. The what ifs of the future that hasn't happened and the should haves, regrets of yesterday of what's already passed. They're just in the moment and they're feeling the earth. They're listening to the vibrational frequencies and the information that's coming in. So when a tsunami is coming, they head for higher ground if an animal is loose and able to take care of itself, of course. They're just listening to their inner guidance. And so this is a good example of how we should be in that present moment. If we're grounded in our body and in the present moment, or if I was grounded in the present moment in October, I wouldn't have gotten in the auto accident that I was in. I was totally ungrounded. I would have seen the red light and I would have stopped. But I didn't, and I wasn't, and it was bad. And that was a direct result of being ungrounded. I mean, talk about living it. I lived it. So don't let that happen to you, whether you're in a car or in life or in a relationship with somebody, in a difficult situation that you're going to be going into. With all that said about being grounded, we also have times when it's okay and good to be ungrounded. So there's that balance, but in the right environment. So, I encourage you to be self-aware and to know when it's okay to be ungrounded, because there are times in this balance that we need our daydreams. We need to daydream. And we need our night dreams too. But with our daydreams in that world, in the world between the worlds, where we're not present in our body, is very rich with connection. And it's an okay and a wonderful place to be in the right environment. So don't think that that's not okay. To drift off into dream time and connect with the potential in the quantum field is where we want to work from. We want to work from that place. And even in working on this message, I would periodically just think, I just got to lay down. So I go lay down, and as I drifted into the dream time, I got inspiration. It's like, oh, yes, okay, let's put that on there. So it's a very rich place. So don't think that it's bad by any means. So we need that balance of that ungroundedness of dipping into dream time, but being very grounded in the present moment also. So when we're ungrounded, we're not in control of our emotional reactions because we're just drifting in the never land. And we're not in control of our mental thoughts. We don't have access to our higher wisdom for the situation we're in or in that moment. Not saying that it's not available when we're drifting in and out of the dream time. That higher wisdom, of course, is there. But when we're reacting in the moment, we're not accessing it. And you can't hear that still small voice that whispers to you, that whispers through your heart, that's trying to get you to change or react or hold your space or whatever it might be. Go here, go there, don't go over there, don't drive down this road, whatever. That's that still small voice that's guiding us. Being spirit-led is not about them talking to us. It's about us listening to them. It's us listening to spirit, because spirit is always there. Our divine guidance and support is always assisting us. They're always with us. We are a part of the fabric of the love that is the universe. And we're never separate from it. So it's about us listening. We're like the fish that doesn't know it's in water because it's never been separate from it. We've never been separate from the love of the universe. And so we don't know we're in it. But we are. We're a part of it. We're an integral part of that fabric of the universe, which is love. And it's not something you need to attain or achieve. It's something that you just need to realize and allow yourself to be in that natural state of oneness that is the universe and that is you. And in that natural state of love, we're supported and we're guided through this human experience. The universe is always conspiring for our best good. Always. Even if it doesn't look like it, That accident wasn't because the universe put me there, it's because I left my body while I was driving. So I did that. The universe didn't do that. They conspired to help me not hurt anybody. That I'm very grateful for. So the day after the auto accident that I had in October, which I was referencing, my daughter, who was driving my car, it's a small C-Max car, the one I inherited from Jay. She went to the store and she could feel accident in the field. Just the day before I'd been in a major accident, so it's still in the field. So to be cautious, she parked the car away from everybody else. She thought, I'm just going to be really careful. It's still in the field. So she parked the car away from everybody else. She went in the store. She came back out, and there was this little elder lady waiting for whoever drove that car to come back because she backed into it. And my daughter done all the right things. She knew it was in the field, so she parked away, and this lady didn't see it. She backed right into it, damaged the fender, and bless her heart, she waited for the person who drove the car to come back out so she could be accountable to that accident and give the insurance information and do the right thing. It wasn't a good week for me. A total ban and a damaged car all in the same, all in 2 days is like, yeah, this is not a good week. So anyway, but I was just shocked that there would actually be that kind of honesty still in the world. That somebody would wait for you to come out to be accountable for what they did. I thought, man, who is that honest these days? My heart, I just love her. I love her just for that. But because she was an elderly lady and she was so honest, I couldn't bring myself to turn it into insurance because I know that she'd have to pay the deductible. And it just breaks my heart because so many of our elder people are just barely making it. If the cost of living's going up and their resources are not. And I just thought, I can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot turn it into insurance. So I just figured, well, I'll figure out some other way to deal with it. And it's drivable. Didn't damage the drivability of the car. It just doesn't look pretty. And I had an auto guy give me a quote on it. It was $1,000 to get it repaired. And so I thought, well, it's not a priority. It still drives. So about 3 months now, my car has been damaged and it's drivable. But lately, for whatever reason, I've been looking at that dent and thinking, the side of the body was kind of popped out as well. So I've been looking at it thinking, I really want that fixed. It just makes me feel icky to see it be damaged. I don't feel good about it. So I've been thinking, well, what can I do to get this done? I'm thinking of what resources I have so I don't have to spend all that money on it. And well, Friday, day before yesterday, my daughter was shopping at the grocery store. And as she came out of the store, she saw this homeless guy with a dog. Well, dogs are her heart. So she went over to him and she says, do you need anything for the dog? And he says, well, I'm almost out of dog food. This relates to the car. I'm not going down a rabbit hole that doesn't relate. So anyway, he says, well, I'm almost out of dog food. So she went back in the store, she bought a bag of dog food, took it back out to him, noticed that the dog was shivering. So she gave him one of her dog blankets that she had in the car. And she always carries extra leashes and extra blanket, that kind of stuff to help these folks. Anyway, so she gave that to him. Well, just as she was doing that, this other guy came up to her and he said, "Hey, I'm a contractor for Ford, and I do body work." And and he said, and she looked at him and looked over at his car, and he had a wife and kids in there, so she figured, well, he's not dangerous. He's got his family with him. He said, "I'm looking for a little extra money to for my daughter's birthday, and I can fix the dent in your car on the spot." And it's like, and they negotiated a little bit and got it to about $140 to get it fixed. So she calls me up and she says, "Mom, who's this guy offering to do this? What do you think?" And I said, $140 versus $1,000 on the spot. I don't even have to leave the house. This is a good deal. So I said, "Go for it." I said, "I'll pay you." And he says, you don't have to pay me until the end. And it's like, well, that couldn't get any better than that. And so he had all the tools with him. So he went for it, fixed the fender, did all the little clips on the body where it was popped out in about 10 minutes on the spot. And I thought, oh my God, this is beautiful. I am so grateful. PayPal'd him the money and the car's fixed. It was wonderful. I thought it was great. I thought, oh my gosh, that is so amazing. It was like getting back what I put out 3 months ago and what my daughter was putting out in the moment of just, trying to help people and it came around. It took a few months, but it came back around. So the other thing that I'm thinking about in that regard is, oh shoot, I just lost my thought. It just slipped out. Oh yeah. So we didn't have, either one of us, my daughter and I, neither one of us were angry about the whole event with the car. It never made me mad. I was a little frustrated. It's like, oh my goodness. I didn't ask the question, what else can go wrong? I just like, okay, we're done. We're done. Don't need any more of that. And I wasn't carrying on with this version of a story of this old lady that shouldn't be driving anyway, and she damaged my car, and the story we oftentimes tell everybody that we talk about, or that we see. And we're raging about the damage that was done to my car unfairly. What else, neither one of us did that at all, ever. And I think that's why it stopped. And we were never angry about it. So the goodness could come in because we weren't spewing out anger and frustration and having the universe match us in like kind. I just always knew that, I was the one that was responsible in the first place for at least the van, and it was in the field, and if I had been able to clear the field enough, that wouldn't have happened. So that was just the way it was. So it's important to be practicing in these ways and to not be shedding the negative stories everywhere we go, because it's almost, we're shedding those things as we go through life. So this is a great time to practice and develop a way of thinking that is being present in the now moment. It's like an emergency that we might have. We practice fire drills, don't we? So that we know in the moment we know what to do. Everybody should have with their family, an emergency plan. I did with my daughter when she was little, and what's our secret password? If there's an earthquake, pop quiz. If there's an earthquake and you're home by yourself, and I was stuck at work for 3 days because I worked at a hospital, what could have been? What are you going to do? It's like, I don't know. So we went through all the steps, You do that, and then you don't worry about it. Well, this is the way I see this also. How do we stay in the present moment? How do we be grounded now and practice our emergency preparedness in case there's a big event? As light workers, we need to be ready spiritually and emotionally. So before I close, I want to leave you with some things that you can do. So these are some of the can-dos that we can do in our spiritual, you're grounded emergency preparedness plan. So we can periodically throughout the day, we can bring our consciousness into our body and be aware of what we're doing. I'm doing this, being aware of what's in the moment. What are the smells? What are the sounds of our environment? What's around us? That's bringing ourselves into the present moment. That's giving ourselves a pause to listen to spirit. We can notice our thoughts. What thoughts do we have rattling around up here? Is it what we really want to have our resources spent on? Because that's energy. Is that really what we want our energy spent on? Do we need to hit reset? That's not so good. That's not a path. That's not a thought that I want to put my energy into and come from a place of creation. I need to hit reset. We can change it up. We can find ourselves, or if we find ourselves ungrounded and unfocused, we can change our focus. We can change our focus and our attention to putting the energy into our feet. Because we know that energy goes where our attention goes. What we pay attention to is where our energy goes. So put your attention onto your feet and then send that energy down into the earth and ground yourself out that way. And also remember that your spirit angels and your spirit team are always with you. They're always helping. They're always assisting. They're always there with you. It's us that doesn't listen. And they can help us ground so that we're not so reactive, so that we stay solid in any situation that we may be going into. We can say a little prayer. If we know we're going to be going into a difficult situation, ground yourself out. Say a little prayer, whether it's in a work environment, whether it's coming up upon an accident, whether it's an angry situation in a store. Ground yourself out, say a little prayer, call on your guardians and your guides so that you're not reactionary and you can take the appropriate actions based on Spirit's guidance and connect with your higher wisdom. The higher wisdom might say, don't go into that situation. Higher wisdom might say, go and go quick, but that's a part of our listening. So start today and practice every day to be present in the now moment and to be here in conscious awareness. And be grounded in the truth of who you truly are. And that truth is that you are a part of the universe that is a fabric of life and a fabric of love. And so let that be the loudest voice in your head. All right, so let's just do a little grounding meditation. Just close your eyes. And let's practice these things that we talked about. Let's practice that. Take a nice deep breath as you're bringing your awareness into your body. Bring your awareness into your physical form, into the awareness of what it feels like to sit in that chair. Feel the chair beneath you and on your back. Feel your feet on the floor. Be aware of the sounds or the absence of sounds. Be aware of the person next to you or the space next to you. And now notice your thoughts. Are the thoughts the ones that you really want to put your energy into? Or are they blocking you from your higher self, from your inner wisdom? If it's not what you want, allow yourself to just change your thoughts into what you do want. Allow those thoughts to be there. Don't chastise yourself for not having a clear mind. Allow the positive thoughts to dance across your mind. The thoughts of what you do want. And now bring your attention to your feet. And let's practice sending that energy down through our body, any of the static, chaotic energy that we may have picked up. We could do this as a clearing exercise. Just gather it up in your aura, gather it up in your body, and send it on down through your feet into the earth, deep into the mother. It's just energy to her. It's just energy to the earth. It's not good or bad. It's just energy. And send it on down into the earth, releasing it from your body, releasing it from your mind, releasing it from your spirit. And feel the clarity that can come from that, and the groundedness, the solidness of your feet on the floor, the solidness of your body in the chair. As you ground yourself and feel that groundedness. Now I want to practice in preparation. So think of a situation you might be having this week. Perhaps a meeting, perhaps an encounter with someone, a conversation that you might be having or need to have, or just a troubling situation that might be putting a little pressure on your mind and your heart. And see that situation and call upon your angels to be there with you. Call upon them to show you the wisdom in how to deal with it, allowing yourself to be present with it, and being above the reactions, connecting with your higher self and being above being reactionary, being above whatever emotional responses you might have, and see it from an observer. See it with an open, observing heart and open, observing mind from on high. And see it just being gracefully and beautifully resolved as you listen to the wisdom keepers, as you listen to the wise ones that are always with you and guiding you, as you listen to that still small voice that's always present in your heart. Knowing that you are guided, you are supported, and you are so, so loved. And so it is. Bring your awareness back into the room, back into your body. Take a nice deep breath. Okay, so coming back. Nope, I'd rather stay here. Don't blame you. Alright, you guys doing alright? Okay. Alright, so we're going to do the offering for support of the home center. So we'll take our gift to the home center, put it between our hands, and put the energy and the love of this present moment into this beautiful gift, knowing that we are already taken care of, we are already generous, we are already abundant. With the support of Spirit and all of our guardians, we are already abundant. And we're supporting the home center, and we're just so grateful that it can be here. The home center receives it gratefully with an open and a glad heart, knowing that this is going to go through the universe and circulate back to you 100-fold, blessing you with all of your wants, needs, and desires, so you can serve your highest and your greatest good. Let it be so. Amen. All right, so Shelly's got the basket going around. I'm going to invite Dick back up to have a moment of sharing and then the closing prayer, and I'll come back up and do the announcements.
Closing statements are from the book Remembering Who You Truly Are. This is before our closing prayer. I picked God's Day 333. I don't remember what that is, angel talk, but there you go, 3 threes. Loving presence. You live, move, and have your being in God, the allness that surrounds and then fills you. Only in your mind can you feel separate from that all-pervading goodness. Only in your mind can you think of yourself as separate and alone. It is a delirium of the ego. You are like the little child who is sick and delirious, calling for his mother, when all the time his mother is sitting by the bed, holding his hand and whispering, "I'm here. I'm right here with you, my child." God's loving presence is always with you. night and day, whispering, I'm here. I'm right here with you, my child. No, you're not. You are never alone. Now our closing prayer. God, thank you for the gift of love that Spirit creates in our heart. Thank you when other people are perfectly placed into our lives and those other people inspire us as spiritual mentors to work together with the gifts that we have been blessed with. When we see our congregation through our spiritual eyes, we see the gifts fostered in us to further future our spiritual growth. Of those gifts, of course, love is the one most noticed during Valentine's. The Home Spiritual Center doesn't stand on any one person's shoulders. Not one of us can further our plans on our own, but together we can complement each other's strengths and cancel out our weaknesses. As a team, a unified congregation focuses on home, that is, helping ourselves master every day. We can do great things. We will do great things. In the love and the light that we are, amen.
Amen.
For the couple that's on YouTube and Facebook still, we appreciate your sticking with us. We'll see you next Sunday. Home Center out.
Yeah, we're gonna cut to this guy.
That's funny. Maybe they'll watch us
So,
later.
so we're muted now, right? So they can't hear anything that's coming.
Yeah, Joe and I got married on Super Bowl Sunday. Didn't mean to, but that was when the vineyard had it was on a Sunday, so we picked a Sunday. Found out later it was Super Bowl. Yeah, there was sparks and men.
I'm
And we were-
surprised Joe was there.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised too, actually.